You need to shorten the distance, so you got a shuttle that can reduce the distance. I'll give you an example. Bacterial redoxin, solar cell. What causes it? Like the fat, it is a retinol there, right, in the memory devices too. Now, the question is, retinol is connected to lysine, right? That's somewhere in the interior. In other words, look at retinol being caged by means of protein scaffolding. Now, the problem is electrons have to transfer across 50 angstroms. That's very inefficient. How does it transfer? Is it a through space transfer? Or is it a through space or through covalent bonds? And also that raises another question in the area of solar cell, FRET, Fourier resonance energy transfer. We completely ignored that a FRET may come to save lives. So how many more things happen are lying around in physics that have not been exploited? Let me tell you one more thing. Quantum phenomena, quantum coherence, quantum entanglement is being used in our laboratory very often. There are people who are quantum entangled, who have never met each other, but they're interacting through space. This almost goes like a tantric sitting in Chennai trying to manipulate things in Boston. Can you do it across space and time? I'm afraid so. So we have to come up with a missile shield or counter that. That's why I've come to India now.
Any more questions? Different arts you are thinking about?
One of them is triphenyl phosphine oxide capping. Second thing is, why do we need hydrophilic quantum dots? I tell you how this thought came. When you combine the quantum dots with a protein, cadmium selenide, or whatever that may be, or core shell quantum dots, our concern is, would it destabilize the protein? Proteins always require careful, subtle techniques. You can't use drastic organic solvents, for example. So, that is how it came. We are looking at triphenyl phosphine oxide. There is a man by the name Igor Nabiev. He is an interesting position in France and Russia. And Russia is going into mega projects. You know, Russians and we have been pitched across the table for many years. Russians harbor some ill feelings towards me. But I think time has come for us to join hands. Except my visits to Russia, I think, I'm caught in between the devil in the deep sea. I'm not yet determined. The Igor Nabiev group is working on quantum dots. France is a concentrated USA, provided it's properly funded. And younger people are given. There are a lot of groups in France. In a small country, of course Germany too, and England as well. These countries spend less money than the United States. And they get also the large number of Nobel Prizes. So there are several things, that we are working on hydrophilic quantum. There's a paper in press also now. This is the 4th or 5th paper, but I don't mean the number of papers by chance there's anything at all.
Well, friends, there are a lot of questions which all of us have to clear our doubts, but I hope that Professor Krishnan, you have a Facebook account?
I do.
So maybe you need to create one.
I do have one.
Yeah, so we can approach him through our queries on Facebook, and that will help us to make speedier progress in the area we are interested in. So before this lecture is concluded, later we have Professor Dr. Sundar Murthy to talk about. I will request Professor Honorable Vice Chancellor to make a presentation of memento to Professor Krishnan.
Thank you. Come out of the darkness a little bit. It's a great privilege and honor. This little memento will keep the happy memories of your coming to the university. Thank you so much. Oops. Thank you so much. Yeah. You have taken notes. I have called 3 diaries to distribute to learned teachers in the front row to keep the notes of what Professor Renu Gopal Krishnan has said. One of the most important things which has come out from Dr. N. Gopal's address is that we need to put institutions and people together if we have to make real advancement, especially in an area which is so important, like in fact the biosensor technology, or for that reason biomedical engineering. In the field of immunology, you have the Center for Biotechnology at the Mall Road near Delhi University. You have, of course, Delhi Technological University. Unless we learn how to work together and network people who are working in common areas of interest, the real advancement may not take place. While this applies to Delhi, this also applies to India, this applies to world at large, where you will put America, France, Germany, England, India, maybe Korea and Japan also, and Singapore together for a common cause, because the research of the kind which is involved requires pooling of talent of people from variety of these institutions. I think the second point which I noted while I was here, that you have to connect your computers together. While you need to connect your institutions together and people together, you must also be in a position to connect the computer of Monica Sharma, maybe Dr. V.D. Malhotra, Navnita, Richa Kumar, maybe Richa Misra, and maybe computers of some of our brilliant students within the university and then within the nation if possible. By doing this, I think you would be able to leverage what Professor said, leverage advantage technology for fostering new vistas and new research in this area. Very, very important. And if we can do this, I think you will give birth to a new concept of research. And this new concept would be distributed research initiative. What does DRI really means? That if you look at, say, for example, organic solar cell or solar cell powered by graphene nanotube tomorrow, you could cause it as a research which would be distributed research. Part of it is happening in your department here. Part of it is happening somewhere else. Part of it is happening in another continent. And all of them put together is what is really aiming at designing and developing tomorrow's devices and nanosystems. This is where I think the future lies. The younger generation need to embark upon that. The beginning has been made. In fact, MIT took the lead in my opinion, Harvard also at the same time, for putting teams of brilliant students together from different universities around the world for a common product. In fact, we were once networked with MIT for designing the future automobile, and they realized that the boys and girls here are good in designing the braking system and suspension system. So that part came to us. Somebody took the layer of combustion, another one took the chassis and aerodynamic and like that, and they put it together. So I think you have to learn how you can create the distributed research initiative in this very important area. So I think we have picked up quite a few points, but I think most interesting point is that tomorrow's medical science would be very different than it is today, provided you, as the bioscientist, make it happen. And that's precisely the purpose of putting this lecture together. Thank you so much, Dr. N. Gopal.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, please, thank you.
To speak to us for about 5 minutes, and before he very prestigious and did his MS from research from IIT Chennai and a PhD from Concordia University, Montreal, Canada, and all in electrical engineering. And he was at MIT Lincoln Laboratory solving many department of defense projects, and at the moment he is the Chief Technology at Naveen Enterprises LLC, consulting in renewable energy fields. So with these words, I request Dr. Sunamudra to share his experiences in R&D and with industries. Thank you.